Hi, welcome. Please tell us more about yourself and what you do at Ibro TV.
Thank you. I'm Sahara Mohammed. I work at Ebru TV and I do programming. So basically, it's actually the engine of the company. So I deal with preparing the schedule, that is from the daily schedule to the weekly schedule and the monthly schedule. I do watch all the programs before they go on air, so I have to make sure that they follow the code. If it's it's for PG, strictly PG. If it's GE, it's supposed to be GE fully, and making sure that they follow the communication, the CAK rules. So I can't air a PG program at 2 p.m. or at 4 p.m. because the kids are still watching, so I have to make sure they follow all that. Yeah.
Also, to get a clear understanding, what does a program manager do? Especially you as a program manager, you've explained, but in a clear way, what do you do?
So in programming, actually, we have like two departments. So we have the presentation department and we have the acquisition program department. But in my place, I do all of them. So the in presentation is basically, doing the schedule, the giving the codes to the program and making sure the transmission operators have everything from the programs to the promos to the commercials. So you have to make all the commercial schedules and everything. So I liaise with the editors to make sure for example, if today I need to have a certain program, if it's music, if it's a certain program, so I have to make sure I have that program before it goes on air, and I have to check it. That is for sound quality, for video quality, lip sync, everything, before it goes on air. And I have to make sure the timing is followed in transmission. So if a certain program is supposed to go on air at 7, it's supposed to go on air at 7. So I have to give the transmission operators a schedule that is in form of we have a certain app that we normally use, so I can prepare a program like a schedule for 3 days that includes a 24 hours that I break down in minutes and seconds and up to hours. So they have to follow it strictly so that we have, the 24 hours is filled equally. And on the program acquisition, normally it's the role you play, creating relationship with producers, or where you are able to acquire programs. For example, the Nigerian programs, the Mexican programs, the Indian programs. So you create that relationship, and when you get the programs, you have to view them also before they go on air. If they meet the criteria of the CAK, we can't just air anything. So we are a family TV station, so we have to follow those rules. And one of the things is before we buy even any program, we have to look at the market, the Kenyan market. What do they want? Basically, Kenyan market if it's into Nigerian, we buy more Nigerian instead of buying Indian movies. So yeah. Basically, that's what I do.
So how does your day start? Like from morning till evening? Mm-hmm. What time does your day really start? And what do you do? Take us through the process. You've already given us what you do, but how is your day like?
So normally when I come in the morning, I have to pass by the master control room to make sure they have all the programs for that shift, because our shift starts from 6 a.m. to 2, and then from 2 to 10 p.m., from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So we have 3 shifts in the master control room. So I have to go and make sure the first place I pass by is the master control room. I have to make sure they have all the programs, the promos, they're playing it accordingly, the commercials. And then after that, I go to my desk and I have to view the CAK records. Normally we record all the programs that go in there. So I have to make sure they've aired the program according to the way they're supposed to air. And then I archive some of the programs that went on air before I came for purposes of re-airing. if there is a rerun of that program. And then after that, I have to create another schedule that is for tomorrow ahead. And then after that, I have to make sure I have all the programs for the evening and up to midnight. I have to watch them and make sure we are good. And then have to check ahead. So I normally prepare one day ahead. So like today, I have already prepared them yesterday. So today, basically, I'm preparing tomorrow's programs and what they're supposed to be going on there. And then after tomorrow, someone else is coming in, and then they will prepare for Monday. So by the time we're here on Monday, we are focusing on Tuesday and not Monday. Yeah.
You said Ebru TV is family-based, yeah?
Yes.
And I see most people working here are more of youth.
Yes.
Do you think the trends affect what you present on family-based TV programs?
Normally, people who are working here mostly are youth, because we are giving opportunity to the young people, because we think they are the next generation when it comes. They have fresh ideas. They're full of new content compared to the old generation. We've been seeing all the old stuff on TV, and if you go to most media houses, the people who are working hard mostly are youth, and that's why we if you look at Ebru Television, 90% of the employees are, youth, fresh from college and university, full of energy. So we work double.
But with the trends, is it affecting the way you work here in Ebru TV? Especially if you're to compare the youths and, let's say, our parents, how they work, that's different. Their way of bringing out things, especially Ebru TV being a family TV. Do you think the youth have ideas, especially about family?
Yes, they do. You have to look it from the youth perspective. We have programs which are appealing to youth, and most importantly, most of our viewers are youth. If we look at, we are normally rated by Geopol, and most of our viewers are youth, and we have programs like The Age, which is on air right now. Most of the viewers are youth. We have programs like Perfect Match. It's a love, it's a dating program. We have Rate My Style, which is appealing to ladies, and mostly the young ladies. And so not all programs based on the market audience is only the youth. We have Nigerian, we have other programs which are for the older generation. So we balance according to how viewers, we put our schedule according to the viewership. So if we see we have more viewers during morning hours, and we know the viewers are youth, we put something which is relating to the youth. We can't put a program which is relating to the old people during morning hours, and the target audience is youth. Yeah.
What are the market trends compared to maybe KTN, NTV with Ebru TV? The market trends, in your shows, how you bring them out, what makes it different from the other media houses?
So normally what we do, we normally put a pilot episode outside before we come up with a final spot for that program. So we normally say, let's say we will put a program which is called Let's Talk, which is mostly viewed. It's number one in Ebru. So we say we will put Let's Talk at 5 p.m. But we normally see 5 p.m. KTN, NTV, and Citizen, they're airing soap operas, which is more appealing maybe to the women and younger generation especially, and we see most markets will go there. So we try and we put something different, which we will get fresh viewers. That is, not all people are into soap operas, so we try and do something different, and at the end we get our own viewers and we get a bigger market. Yeah.
Do you think you undergo challenges through these market trends? Can you take us through some of the challenges you undergo?
Sometimes you get, you put a certain program. For example, we have Nigerian. We air Nigerian from 11 to 1. So normally you get even like Citizen, NTV, and KTN, they do the same. So it's like all TV stations are airing Nigerian movies. So it's, we divide like sometimes equally, sometimes not equally. So it's like there is a competition. So unless you study and you get something else, but that time mostly people are at work, and the only people who watch are househelps and housewives, and mostly the market, according to the research, they love watching Nigerian movies, and so being, the competition is a bit stiff, but we are trying, yeah.
Okay, and how do you deal with the competition as a station?
Trying to be better. If you see like the market is into, yes, it's Nigerian, and we are all airing Nigerian movies. So you think, if I put movies Nigerian, like the latest one, which is more into city life, or you put more into the rural one. So you try and tap into the market and see which one is more appealing and which one gets more ratings. So, excuse me. Which one gets more ratings? So is it the city version of Nigerian, or it's the rural one? So you try and find a balance, and you try and keep up with that.
And as a program manager, where do you think will the market trends be like in the near future, maybe in the next 5 years?
We are already digital, and we are going even more digital. So we keeping up, people with watching TV, it's really hard. So it's more of going into Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even up to Snapchat. People, you can watch your TV through the phone. So it's really hard for people to keep up, just watching TV. And, I can watch this program, but, I'm in traffic. So how do you keep up with the market and, keep your audience? It's only through social media.
Meaning you're only targeting, have you kind of forgotten the old generation? Because it seems that
we haven't forgotten the old generation. We are still on TV, but at the same time we stream live. So we try and capture both markets. So you'll be on the road, walking on the street, but you're still watching your program that you love.
But do you think the old generation will be able to keep up?
I think it will be really hard to keep up with how we are going in terms of technology, and I think soon the TV will be like, I don't think it will be more relevant to people, because people will just be using their phones, their laptops to watch anything they want. Yeah.
Okay, as a program manager, what would be the last words you'd like to give people out there who want to be program managers just like you, or want to join the media world? Any last words for them?
It's not hard at all. It's hard work and commitment. Sometimes it's not even about the knowledge. It's how you take it. If you're given a task and you say, "Oh, this is really hard, I can't do it." I remember the first time I was given the opportunity to even join the programming department. I ran away for 2 days. I was being searched. I never liked the idea of doing programming. It was hard for me, and after like a month or two, I was like really happy that I chose to do it. So it's fun. Every day you keep on, like, people look at you as a zombie. Like, how can you watch a program of 2 hours, 3 hours, and how can you do this and this and this and this? And if you let a certain part go now, which is like a PG, all the blame goes back to you. And so it's like being responsible, disciplined, and just hard work.
Thank you so much, Sahara, for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Yeah.